Oh, I'm Melinda King. Some of you call me Mom. Last week, I was so blessed to be able to have a conversation with Alabama legend Jeremiah Castille and his talented son, Caleb. We talked about all things football. We talked about family, about faith. Caleb shared with us the decision he made to pursue acting as opposed to football. He shared a lot of the details around that decision, but then he shared with us the story of how he received his first starring role in a movie, the movie Woodlawn, which focused on another Alabama legend, Tony Nathan. When my producers, Jordan and Tamara, were trying to edit the episode, they were so insistent that we keep that complete story in around how Caleb was cast in that role because it was so inspiring to all of us. So, this is Mom Knows Ball, part 2 of my conversation with Jeremiah and Caleb Castille. And we call this one the Woodlawn episode. I was inspired by it. I hope you will too. Yeah, how did you get to play Tony Nathan in that movie?
Yeah, it's interesting hearing him talk about this. I guess it would have been 10 years ago this past October that film released in theaters. And yeah, it's interesting how life works when you're just surrendered. I was, just kind of in this pocket, just focused and not allowing any distractions. I think it just came from a place of really being desperate to not only grow closer to God, but also to just really sort of step into just the purpose, right? Of finding what is that purpose, Lord? If this is something that in essence I gave up, to come in closer, I would say closer relationship with you. And also at the same time, like, I don't know, I think that there is this, this discovery, this sort of discovery of self, discovery of the Lord, discovery of my relationship with a deep relationship with my dad. But anyway, in all of that, like God was just preparing me, like I said, kind of behind the scenes, this whole time in sort of this David manner, I guess you could say. I'd come home and, this is me being 22, 23 at the time, and, cutting off relationships with friends, foregoing, all of the fun stuff to say, I'm just going to be in this space. And in that space, God just kept dropping things on me. And one of those things being an agent in Nashville who then said, hey, they're developing this story about, they're going to make a movie about Tony Nathan. He played at Alabama. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know who Tony Nathan is. Played at Woodlawn in Birmingham, and great story there. And great time period, this Remember the Titans-esque sort of, story. And so, I would say me, like faith will make you crazy. It's kind of like, oh, I believe I can star in this movie, not having any experience at all, Melinda, zero. Like, and I'm like, I can go play Tony Nathan. And I remember doing the audition, told my dad, man, I'm going to get this role. And I signed the script on the front. This role is mine, and dated it and put it away. And then 4 weeks later, my agent calls me and he's like, hey, you didn't get the lead role, but there's a open casting call where you can go and, sort of try out to be on the team. They want real football players, guys with actual football experience. So here I am basically going and kind of to be a walk-on again. And we go out to this film. Stillman or Steel. There's a college here in Birmingham. Stillman. Yeah. So we were out there doing this sort of just open call, kind of pro day type audition process, seeing, how you
Showing
run.
your
And
football
yeah,
skills to be like in the movie as a walk on.
yeah, to be in the movie as a stunt double, basically.
Okay, okay.
So, long story short, I end up being hired as a stunt double. Meanwhile, I'm in my last semester of my senior year, or no, the first semester of my senior year. So I'm in school. They hire me to do this film, which in my mind, again, I'm like, oh, I'm going to school in Tuscaloosa. I can come back and forth to Birmingham and do this job. And I'm thinking I'm just going to be a stunt double. I can still do my school and graduate. So I tell my professor at the time, who was over in my communications department, I say, hey, look, let me go do this movie and y'all give me credit. And she agreed. The dean,
What?
yeah, she said, okay, I mean, when are you going to have a student in that position to be in
I
a
know,
film?
but still, then that what year was that?
That was 2014,
Wow.
my
That was
senior
very
year.
progressive for
Yeah, so she said, Dr. Turner or Miss Turner, I believe it was, and she let me do it, and because I was gonna miss a significant amount of credits, and she said as long as you can, there was we had some terms in place, so I uh I end up doing that for probably like 8 weeks during a rehearsal period. So
okay.
8 weeks of rehearsal to learn all these football players that were going to be in the movie. We get to the end of it, and I'm gonna be the lead actor's stunt double, Tony Nathan's stunt double.
Okay.
And just to add into this story, Melinda, I was so crazy, and I thought, man, I'm gonna be this guy. I started growing an afro and all this, I
You
started.
were really getting into the
I was
character.
really getting
We
into
didn't know
this
you at
character.
that time you were gonna be this double stunt
Yeah,
double.
the double. I was going. They hired me to be the double. So when they hired me to be the double, I had already gotten in shape. I had already grown out an afro, and I had read that script probably 100 times. And so,
You
so
know what I love about this? When you are in that really naive moment,
yeah,
anything is kind of possible because
yeah,
you don't even know what you don't know. Because I'm listening to this story and I'm like, wow.
yeah. You don't know what you don't know, and so I mean that's what sort of the underlining theme of this is like. That's why I believe as a believer, like you know, obedience is so important. Faith is so important because it just insulates you, it protects you, it sets you up to receive the blessing of the Lord. It allows Him to put stuff on you that you don't even know He has planned for you. So for me, I'm out there, I've accepted this job. I'm thinking I'm a college student. Man, they was paying me like $300 a day every, to
You,
that's
you,
outrageous. I'm like, man, and I'm getting to do the school, and I'm getting some money, and I get to be in a movie. I'm like, man, this is it. So to me, I'm like, man, I made it. I'm started this career. So they get to fast forward 8 weeks into that rehearsal process. This was August. With that, no, I'm sorry, October. October, Halloween 2014. They let us off that weekend. It was a Friday, and we were supposed to come back Monday and start filming. I look up the last day. I'm like, the lead actor ain't showed up. He was supposed to be coming in from doing a project in London, and I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna teach this guy how to play American football while we're filming the movie. I'm like, I'm gonna be doing all the work, and he's just gonna be doing the drama. So that was kind of how I said it in my mind and how the director had told me when I left work that Friday. And so I get a call Saturday morning at about 7 a.m., panicked, a panicked director. He's like, we couldn't get the lead actor. Like his visa fell through. He couldn't get in from the UK. I don't know what we are going to do, but right now, so this is a duo of brothers directing this film.
Okay.
So one brother, Andy's on the phone with me, and he's saying, "I'm betting on you. I want you to play him."
Wow.
And he's telling me that his brother's saying, "Man, we need to do what the studio's telling us. Go get Michael B, or go get somebody, a name, experience. This is a big independent film. We got a lot of money rolling on this. No way we're taking this kind of David from the back of the mountain to do this,
Yeah.
slay this giant." And Andy says, "Man, look, I'm going to basically put you through 3 days of just intensive acting work, and we're gonna
Mm.
put that in front of the other producers and the financiers, and I'll let you know at Sunday night whether you get the job or not. But just trust me." So I'm like in a sandwich shop doing script with Andy. I'm at his house. I'm meeting with John Voight. I'm meeting with the other actors. The guy who played Rudy, And long story short, that Sunday night, I still have the video on my phone. Being in the office, him and his brother tell me, "Hey man, we want you to be Tony Nathan." And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, and I
You
and
know
I
that backstory. Oh
yeah,
my God.
and so that's how I came to my first, leading starring role in Hollywood.